two clear impressions. One is the secular outlook of the Sindhi, who draws his language, culture and inspiration from both Hindu and Muslim streams. The other is that the Sindhi has made the transition to modernity more successfully than most other Indians. He cherishes his traditions, the Sindhi cherishes his traditions, yet is in every sense a modern human being. Both achievements are more remarkable when we realize that unlike every other Indian community, the Sindhis since partition have had no stretch of land to call their own. We Sindhis who left Pakistan are, ladies and gentlemen, left without a territory of our own. There is no Sindh for us. The whole of India is our Sindh. But coming here, I realize that your tragedy perhaps is greater. That while you have a land which was your own, it has ceased to be your land in some sense, even though you are physically occupying that land. I sympathize with you, ladies and gentlemen. But from this Nayantara Sehgal's book and this small little introduction to that review of that book, you realize that the Sindhi Tehzeeb, the Sindhi Sindhiyat that you are talking about, the Sindhi Sabhyata, uske do nishani, ॿ निशानियूं आहिनि उन्हनि में जिनखे असांखे क़ाइमु रखिणो आहे। हिकु अंदरूनी निशानी आहे, अंदरूनी निशानी आहे त ख़ुदा जी पैदा कयल ख़ल्क़ सां मोहबत ऐं उनजी ख़िज़मत। ॿी आहे ॿाहिरी, सा आहे असांजी शानदार ॿोली। प्रोफेसर साहब, आपने ठीक कहा। जब भी मैं पाकिस्तान से बाहर आ रहा था तो उन्होंने कहा कि कुछ सूट बना के देख लेके जाओ, मगर मैंने कहा कि मैं नहीं सूट पहनूंगा, मैं अपनी पोशाक में जाऊंगा। मैं माफी चाहता हूं कि मैं ऐसी लिबास में हूं आज, मगर पहले दिन जब भी मां यहाँ आया मैं आप जैसा लिबास पहन के आया। मैंने देखा कि कोई नहीं पहनता, तो मैंने इसका त्याग कर दिया, तभी मैं आज इसी लिबास में हूं। मैं माफी चाहता हूं। दोस्तों, this Sindhiyat of which I have given you the two virtues is not worth living for unless it is worth dying for. बहादुरी सां उन निशानियुनि जी बर्दाश्त कंदासीं, कॾहिं बि उन्हनि खे दाग़ी या फिको थियण न ॾींदासीं। ऐं दोस्तो, कहिड़ी बि मुसीबत साम्हूं अचे, कहिड़ी बि ताक़त साम्हूं अचे, उन जो पंहिंजे खून सां पंहिंजी रत वहाए उन जो मुक़ाबिलो कंदासीं ऐं उन खे पराजित कंदासीं। छो नैनतारा सहगल चयो त हीअ जेका असांजी सिंधियत आहे, that links you with the ancient world of 7,000 years ago. Alexander the Great came only about 300 or 400 years before the Christian era. But he encountered our ancestors on the bank of the Indus. Alexander himself was a philosopher and a student of Aristotle. So he used to have a flair for discussing things with other people who claimed to be philosophers. So he saw these Sindhi fakirs, naked fakirs. The historians call them the gymnosophists of the world. He entered into a conversation with them. So one of them asked him, he said, "But why have you come here? You said that you have come from a distant place called Macedon. Why have you come here?" And he said, "But I am on a mission of world conquest." The moment he said that, all these fakirs naked fakirs started laughing hysterically in his face. They laughed and until Alexander said that either they are mad or I am mad. Something is wrong. They told him finally that don't be such a fool. You can't conquer the world. You require 6 feet of space to bury you. We don't even bury our dead. We burn them here. We don't require even that space that you are talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the Western historians have recorded that Alexander thought that he had come to the end of the earth and therefore he went back. No, he did not go back. He saw the miles and miles of earth in front of him on the other side of the Indus. He was not such a fool that he thought that this is the end of the earth. It is our ancestors who sent him back. He tried to ask them that you come with me to Macedon. I want to take you, come and live in my palace. They said nothing of the kind. We are very happy here where we are. You go back to Macedon. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many of you are aware that ultimately with great difficulty he persuaded one chap to go with him. And his name was Kallinas. Kallinas went with him. But when they reached the next city in Iran, Kallinas developed some temperature. So he walked up to Alexander and said, listen, my religion tells me that if my body is not very firm, if I become infirm, I have no right to live. So Alexander said, but what do you propose to do? He said, now you see what I am going to do. He lit up a fire, and the historians record that he ascended into the funeral pyre without batting an eyelid. He burned himself to the amazement of the Greek army. But he whispered into Alexander's ears that don't worry, I am going to meet you in the next city. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander never reached Macedon. He died in the next city. I am sure Kallinas met him. He was one of our ancestors. So ladies and gentlemen, at least the historians of the world believe that civilization started with the Greeks. But in 1924 a miracle happened. Again the miracle happened in Sindh when those excavations of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa disclosed to us a civilization much superior to any existing civilization at that time, a superior civilization to all civilizations that mankind had witnessed till then. Ladies and gentlemen, it was cities over cities. Sharan je hetan dabil shahar. The more deep you go, the greater is the advancement of that civilization that you witness. They had big roads and shops on both sides. They had a well in every house. They had underground drainage. They had swimming pools. And ladies and gentlemen, ठाऊ का बर्तन, ज़ालम जे सिंगार जूं सहूलतियूं, pottery painted and plain, कदीम ज़माने जा सिका, चांदी ऐं सोने जा ज़ेवर, टेराकोटा डाइज़, कंगण, चूड़ियूं, मालाऊं, कननि जूं मुंडियूं, वधीक सुहिणियूं जेके शयूं अॼु तव्हांखे वॾनि वॾनि दुकाननि में मिलनि थियूं, ऐं कारीगर जेके असांजे अॼुकल्ह जे कारीगरनि खां होशियार. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the finds, the most precious find, has attracted the attention of a British historian. It was an artifact which people have not yet been able to understand. The most precious thing